Hi, my name's Andrew. I'm the project manager at ANS Global. So one of our installation techniques is to use an Amiga top hat. So this is our 3mm Amiga aluminium top hat. It's like Amiga section. We use this generally to fix onto concrete or block walls. And we space them at 500 vertical centers. So we'll find our wall, attach top hats using specific fixings. At the minute we're using EOC fixings, and we'll space these at 500 centers across the wall. We then attach a waterproof membrane. This assists in catching any water that may leak in between the modules from the drip line, or if we get a rare leak, then this will capture the water and drop it into the gutter. So after the membrane, we attach an aluminium hanging rail. Our hanging rails are generally aluminium. At 500 center top hats, we use a 3mm aluminium rail, and at 600 center top hats, or on a helping hand system, we use a 4mm aluminium rail. So they're attached and they run horizontally across the wall at 505 centers, and onto those hanging rails we attach our living wall module, and they just interconnect. Obviously we have drip line going in between each row, and then the modules are fixed back to the hanging rail around the outside of the wall. All our living walls are irrigated. It depends on where the irrigation system is and what system we're using, but at the living wall location we zone the walls from top to bottom, so we can manage irrigation and moisture within the modules. All our modules drain from the base and they drain directly into the module below. The irrigation pipe runs down the side of the wall, so imagining this is the edge of the living wall, we'll have an irrigation pipe come up the side of the wall and into each module. The irrigation pipe sits in this little section here. So on every single module we'll have a pipe come up and run in at every 500 centers of the modules and run across, and again those will be zoned coming down the walls. An alternative to the steel frame and the aluminium top hat is a helping hand system. Generally others install this for us, so we can do it. The helping hand system works well when you want to get insulation between our living wall and the building itself. So the helping hand system is attached. Again, it will be specified by the supplier of the helping hand system, but you'll attach the brackets to the walls. There'll be different size brackets and different depths and thicknesses. Again, it will be specified depending on the wind loadings and the weight of the wall as to how many brackets you'll need. The bracket is attached to the wall all the way down the wall in a straight line, and then into the bracket you attach an L or a T plate, which will then join all the helping hands up. So you'll end up with a fixing plate on the front of this, similar to the top hat that we use down. And again, then these are generally at 600 centers, so we'll be attaching a 4mm alley hanging rail to the front of the helping hand system. The benefit of these again is that you get this you'll get this cavity between the SFS or the building itself and the back of the living wall module, and you can fill that with insulation. An alternative to our top hat section is to use a steel frame. The steel frame is generally fabricated by others and not by us. We'll request on this steel frame that we have vertical centers of no more than 600 apart on the steel frame. A good example of a steel frame is probably a freestanding steel frame. So where there's no concrete wall that you can attach to, you can use a steel frame, set that in the ground, and then we can attach to that. The system, apart from the steel frame itself, is the same as the top hat system. So we'll have a waterproof membrane which will attach to the frame, and then we'll be using a hanging rail. Again, depends on the distance between, but we can use galvanized or aluminium hanging rails at 3 or 4mm thickness, depending on the distance between the vertical members. And again, then we come on with our module, which attaches onto the hanging rail and hangs at the back there. Again, with our irrigation coming through at each module vertically at 500 centers.